So hopefully, if you're watching this video, you've completed the problem of the day. That would be both the problems involving the x minus 3 or the non-calculator problems. So in this problem here, it's asking you to graph the equation y equals x minus 3. So anytime I see the equation written in the form of mx plus y equals mx plus b, I'm going to go ahead and start by plotting the intercept. So the intercept is at 0, -3. And then I'm going to count off by threes, or I'm sorry, count off by up 1 over 1, which is the slope. Or you can choose to put a number in, such as I could put in 3 for x and then get 3 minus 3, which is 0. So I could get a second point by just using a little bit of algebra and substitute in a number in for x to figure out the answers for y. So here are 2 points. So if I would construct a line through those 2 points, that would be the line for y equals x minus 3. Over here, to ask you to come up with some order pairs which would have a slope of 0. So if I do this as a table, kind of consider putting the numbers in order, because I want the slope to be a 1 or 1 over 1. So if I would go ahead and count off my x values by 1s increasingly, and then if I do the same thing for the y's, then that means my change in the y, which is a positive 1 change, and my change in the x would also be a positive 1 change. And so slope would be the run value, I'm sorry, the rise value over the run value. So that would be 1 over 1, which is 1. So, and I'm just choosing 8 to begin with. You could choose any number, but what you want to make sure is that you are counting off by 1s and not 2 or 3 or some other value. So order pairs for slope of 1, you want to make sure that however the x value increases, the y value is increasing by the same amount. On the bottom problems, I got those started. So they're asking you to square the x minus 3 factor. So it'll be x minus 3 times x minus 3. So if I use a generic rectangle, x times x would give me x squared. And then -3 times x would be -3x. And then going back, x times -3 would also be -3x. And then -3 times -3, that final answer would be 9. So the final answer here is x squared. We have a -3x and another -3x, that would be a minus 6x plus the 9. So in the problem next to it, we're told that x minus 3 is one of the factors. They're wanting you to find the other factor. So x times x is going to give me the x squared. And then -3 times some number, I need a 15 as a final answer. So hopefully it shows -5. Since -3 times -5 is positive 15. To make sure I get the right middle term of -8, -3 times x is -3x. And 5 times -5 is -5x. So the final answer here would be, the two factors would be x minus 3, and the other one would be x minus 5. For the 4 problems on the outside, these are your mental math problems. For exponents, we have 4 x's be multiplied together for x to the 4th. and then it's times x cubed, which is 3x's. So the final answer here would be x to the 7th power, because you have 4x's plus and then 3 more x's, so a total of 7 x's are being multiplied. In this problem here, we're starting with x to the 4th, and the problem says we are multiplying by 3. So that means I have 3x to the 4th. So this should be x to the 4th. So the final answer to this problem would be x to the 12th. I have 4x's here, 4x's here, and 4x's here. So that would be a total of 12x's altogether. This answer is x to the 12th. For x to the 1/3, we talked about this in class, earlier. We're looking for 3 numbers that when you multiply them together, you get 8. And that would be 2 times 2 times 2. And then the answer is just one of those factors. So 8 to the 1/3 is 2. For the last one, we have 4x on top, 3 in the bottom. When solving a fraction, anytime I can do like x over x, that's a value of 1. So when simplifying this fraction, all we're left with is x, or x to the 1st power. So in these problems, kind of look for some patterns, that maybe next time you see the problem, if I have x4 times x cubed, what's a faster way to get to the final answer? If I have x to the 4th in parentheses cubed, or something similar to that, how can I find that answer quicker than trying to expand it out? Same thing with the fraction x to the 4th over x cubed. Is there a faster way to get to the answer of x to the 1st power?